massive welcome for my caucus colleagues, but we're all here to hear from one person. Pierre Poilievre is the leader of Canada's Conservatives, he's the leader of the official opposition, and the MP for Carleton. But Pierre is on a mission to restore Canada's great promise. He will fight for a Canada that rewards hard work. A Canada where the government is the servant and not the master. Where Canadians have control back of their government, their lives, and their futures. Pierre is a proud Canadian, and Pierre and Anna have 2 children, Valentina and Cruz. And theirs is very much the Canadian story. Pierre was adopted at a young age and born to a teenage mother and raised in Calgary. His wife, Anna, immigrated with her family from Venezuela to Montreal. And that's what drives him. The passion to see that great potential of Canada for everyone. A country where it doesn't matter if your name is Singh or Smith, Mohammed or Martin, Chang or Charles, where the son of a teenage mother raised by 2 teachers can dare to run for Prime Minister of Canada, and by gosh, he will be the Prime Minister. And as Prime Minister of Canada, he will lead a government that unleashes the great potential of our incredible country and turns the hurt into hope. He will stop the out-of-control inflationary spending that we've seen that is driving up the cost of living for everyone. He will stop Trudeau's tax hikes and return fiscal sanity to Ottawa. Also unleash Canada's potential by removing the gatekeepers that are stopping us from producing and making things here in Canada. So instead of creating or printing more cash, this is going to be a government that makes more of what cash buys, more food, more clean Canadian energy, more homes, and more goods made right here in Hamilton and Canada. You will also return safe streets to our country and unite Canadians by ending the divisive, divide and conquer politics of Justin Trudeau. Pierre believes in a country where smaller government makes way for bigger citizens, where if you run a business, that you aren't hindered by red tape and heavy taxes. And so under Pierre's leadership, Ottawa's going to get out of the way and stop getting in the way of Canadians' futures. So without further ado, please join me in giving a warm Hamilton and Southern Ontario welcome to the next Prime Minister of Canada, Pierre Poilievre.
Thank you. is that we know that all the snowflakes will be outside, right? But with weather like this, your local NDP member of Parliament, who's part of a party that's abandoned the working people of Canada, wants to triple the carbon tax on your home heat along with Justin Trudeau. Who agrees with your NDP MP on that? That's why we're here today. We're going to keep the heat on to take the tax off, aren't we? Great to be here with my friend Dan Hughes, who just introduced me. He said when we got to town we had to go and visit our local seniors who built this country, right? Yeah. So he took me to a local seniors home. He said, Pierre, you're going to be a big star in this place. I walked up to a lady there and I said, do you know who I am? She said, no, but if you ask the nurse, she'll tell you who you are. It's great to be kept humble, right? You know, speaking of humble, I think our Prime Minister has everything to be humble about, right? What the hell's happening in our country? Have you ever seen it like this? No! 40-year highs in inflation. Food prices up 12% year over year. 1 in 5 Canadians skipping meals because they can't afford the price of food after 8 years of Justin Trudeau and his costly coalition with the NDP. 1.5 million people going to the food bank every single month in Canada. Some are going to the Mississauga food bank to ask for help with doctor-assisted suicide. Not because they're sick, but because they're hungry and they can't afford to eat. Here in Canada, crazy. 9 to 10 of our young people living in their parents' basements telling the pollsters that they think they will never be able to afford a home after housing costs have doubled under Justin Trudeau. Rent prices, on average, have gone from $950 a month to over $2,000 a month. Average mortgage payments from $1,400 a month to over $3,000 a month under Justin Trudeau. In a country where housing used to be cheap 8 years ago. Everyone who worked hard could afford a home. When we were in office as Conservatives, people could actually earn paychecks and bring enough home to pay their bills. But now, people are so hopeless, they're moving into the streets. Homelessness is on the rise. Drug addiction is raging out of control. Violent crime is now up 32% as repeat violent offenders are released on the streets again and again due to the broken NDP Liberal bail system that allows criminals to reoffend again and again and again without any penalty. You know, it's got so bad that there was a holdup right in the middle of the street in Ottawa the other day. A robber walked up to a man, pulled a gun on him, and said, "Give me all your money." And the man said, "Do you know who I am?" And the robber said, "Who?" The man said, "I'm Justin Trudeau." So the robber said, "Well, in that case, give me all my money." And that's why our top priority as Conservatives is to bring home lower prices by bringing down Liberal inflation. Think about it. Trudeau and the NDP have printed over $500 billion in inflationary deficits that bid up the cost of the goods you buy and the interest you pay. This is a historical relationship that goes back thousands of years when emperors, kings, prime ministers, presidents run out of money, they create more cash, they flood the economy with that cash that bids up the cost of a fixed number of goods, and everybody pays more for everything. It's great news for the super rich because all their assets inflate in value, right? That's why big business and big government coalesce to support all this money creation, because it's good for them. But it robs the working people of the purchasing power of their paychecks at the same time. It's a transfer of wealth from the have-nots to the have-yachts, right? So what are we going to do about it? Well, Poilievre government is going to cap government spending with a new dollar-for-dollar law that will surely... a dollar-for-dollar law requiring that politicians find a dollar savings for every new dollar spending. The same way you run your household. If you want to build a new patio, you might skip your vacation to pay for it, or you might get a bargain on both so that you come within your budget. Politicians don't do that. They just add the cost and pass it on to someone else. Every single creature in the universe, the birds and the trees, the fish and the seas, must maximize use of limited resources. It's called scarcity. Every creature has to follow that rule except politicians, who just pass it on in more inflation, higher taxes, and increased debt. Well, that's going to end, because I'm going to force politicians and bureaucrats to make the same trade-offs, either or, to live within a budget. You have been pinching your pennies long enough. It's time that politicians started pinching their pennies too. We're going to get rid of the waste. You know they're spending $21 billion on outsourcing to consultants now, right? Some of these consultants literally make $4,000 a day to do work that should be done within the government. You know, think about it. They've grown the bureaucracy by 30%. So why can't the bureaucrats do the work? They're being paid, they're employed, they have benefits to do those jobs, and yet the government exports the work to high-priced consultants with connections to the Liberal Party of Canada. They've increased the budget for consultants by 100%. They doubled it in the last 8 years under Justin Trudeau. A Poilievre government will fire the high-priced consultants and use the savings to bring down our inflationary deficits. Furthermore, we're going to get rid of wasteful expenditures like the $54 million Arrive Can app. We're going to save $1 billion by defunding the CBC. Exactly. Absolutely. Trudeau will have to pay for his own propaganda for his thing, right? Absolutely. No, we're going to cut back.